அப்படிதான் இந்த சனாதனம்.
डीएमके और कांग्रेस पार्टी वो कह रहे हैं सनातन धर्म को समाप्त कर देना चाहिए.
Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin's son and DMK Youth Wing Secretary Udhayanidhi Stalin made inflammatory remarks against the Sanatan Dharma during his speech at the Sanatan Abolition Conclave on September 2nd. He equated Sanatan Dharma with diseases such as dengue, malaria and COVID and openly called for its eradication. He went on to hail views of BR Ambedkar on Hinduism and EV Ramaswamy, also known as Periyar, an anti-Hindu and a so-called human rights activist of Tamil Nadu, who is also credited as the father of the Dravidian Movement. Namaskar, I am Shreyasa Vijay and you're watching The Big Debate. Periyar was a vehement advocate of anti-Hinduism, anti-Brahminism and a pro-British. The magazine, edited by Periyar, published articles preaching Adolf Hitler and warned Brahmins in Tamil Nadu that they learn from the plight of Jews in Nazi Germany and opt for course correction. Periyar's dislike for Brahmin was so deep-rooted and intense that he was almost blinded by his hatred and anger directed at Brahmins. It is believed that he used to tell his followers that if they ever encountered a Brahmin and snake on the road, they should kill the Brahmin first. He even went on to insult the most revered Hindu deity, Lord Ram, and his consort Sita on numerous instances throughout his life, garlanding their pictures with slippers and spreading numerous canards against Ramayana. Although back in 1957, former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, in a letter to Madras Chief Minister Kumaraswamy Kamaraj, had unabashedly called Periyar a lunatic who should be sent to a lunatic asylum. It's the same Periyar who is now idolized by the DMK. Stalin Jr. has specially referred to him quite a lot of times during his political career so far. It is this ideology that has been followed by the DMK ever since its inception in 1949 by C.N. Annadurai. M. Karunanidhi took over in 1969 as the Chief Minister, and now his son M.K. Stalin and grandson Udhayanidhi Stalin have taken over the reins of the party and this separatist ideology. M. Karunanidhi was known for his open and unprecedented support for the LTTE and was also accused of abetting the assassination of former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. Now DMK Youth Wing Secretary Udhayanidhi Stalin has called for uprooting the Sanatan Dharma. This gives rise to two possibilities. He either stands for mass conversion or a genocide, both of which sound like cries heard in Kashmir in the 1990s. A separatist threat, the Azadi Gang. Come to think of it, this gives rise to a term called dehumanization. When one group denies the humanity of the other group and members of it are equated with animals, vermin, insects or diseases. Dehumanization overcomes the normal human revulsion against murder. At this stage, hate propaganda in print and on radios is used to vilify the victim group. They are indoctrinated to believe that we are better off without them. The powerless group can become so depersonalized that they are actually given numbers rather than names, just like Jews in concentration camps. They're equated with filth, impurity, and immorality. Tamil Nadu's longest serving Chief Minister M. Karunanidhi was an atheist and a self-described rationalist, and so is his son M.K. Stalin and his son Udhayanidhi Stalin. But later, Udhayanidhi Stalin proclaimed himself a proud Christian after undergoing conversion under the influence of his wife. But what's coming next will take you by surprise. M.K. Stalin's wife and Udhayanidhi Stalin's mother, Durga Stalin, is a proud and practicing Sanatani who is often seen praying at temples. She even made a whopping donation of rupees 14 lakh in gold to the Guruvayur temple in Tamil Nadu. Let us tell you here that the temples of Bharat are under the control of the government and are liable to pay taxes out of the total donation they receive. Those calling to do away with the Sanatan Dharma dwell on the taxes paid by the abodes of Sanatan Dharma and dare to speak ill against it. Neither could they bring temples out of the tax umbrella, nor could they include other religious institutions like mosques and churches under it. Cut to the latest uproar. While on the one hand, people like Stalin Jr. call for the eradication of an entire race of the followers of Sanatan Dharma, leaders from the newly formed I.N.D.I.A alliance stand in support. While Priyank Kharge, the son of Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, said that any religion that does not promote equality or does not ensure you have the dignity of being human is not a religion. Congress General Secretary K.C. Venugopal quoted the Congress motto of Sarv Dharm Sambhav and declared Stalin's statement as his freedom of speech, lodging the party's support. Karti P. Chidambaram also took to Twitter and said that this term has no philosophical or religious meaning in Tamil Nadu. According to him, in popular parlance, political discourse and debates, Sanatan Dharma only means caste hierarchy in Tamil Nadu. The Congress party, a significant part of the I.N.D.I.A alliance, however, appears divided in its support for Junior Stalin. Senior Congress leader Acharya Pramod Krishnam has criticized DMK leader Udhayanidhi Stalin's anti-Sanatan remark, saying that Sanatan Dharma is the oldest religion in the world. He added that this remark is not just against Sanatan Dharma but also against Bharat. Mamata Banerjee and Arvind Kejriwal have refrained from commenting and have distanced themselves from the matter, causing yet another divide in the I.N.D.I.A alliance. Speaking of I.N.D.I.A alliance, Swami Prasad Maurya of the Samajwadi Party has time and again insulted and demeaned Sanatan Dharma and Hindu deities. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge has also voiced his views against Hindus and Hinduism quite openly. Now, this incident has only proven the intent of the I.N.D.I.A alliance in general and the Congress party in particular, and what the Hindus of Bharat can expect out of the alliance. It is pertinent to note here that after triggering such a huge row over inciting hatred against Sanatan Dharma, the bare minimum the state chief minister's son could do was apologize or seek forgiveness. But instead, he has maintained that he does not intend to take back his words. In fact, he has also furthered his party's agenda of creating a divide on the basis of demographics. The first one being Dravid land versus the rest of Bharat. And the second being the divide created on the basis of language, which he has done from time to time. Hindi Periyar tu poda, meaning I don't understand Hindi, get lost, made headlines a few months ago when Stalin Jr. opposed the central government's initiative to introduce Hindi in Tamil Nadu. Meanwhile, one of the Supreme Court lawyers, Vineet Jindal, has registered a case against Udhayanidhi Stalin, calling his speech provocative, derogatory, inflammatory, inciting sentiment against Sanatan Dharma under Section 153A and B, Section 295A, 298 and 505 of the Indian Penal Code. So, even though the so-called liberals appropriate Dr. Ambedkar and selectively invoke his statements to target Hindus and Sanatan Dharma in order to drive Dalits away from their Hindu roots, as we mentioned in our previous series titled Equality Labs, the facet of his life where he presided over a thorough and comprehensive assessment of Islam and the social maladies afflicting Muslims, is conveniently brushed aside. Udhayanidhi is quite often heard quoting Sanatan Dharma through the eyes of BR Ambedkar. he has never spoken a word about how the same BR Ambedkar perceived Abrahamic religions like Islam and Christianity. Clearly, those invoking separatism and calling for the eradication of an entire race and justifying the suffering of the world's oldest religion need to understand that sometime or later, the whole picture gets clear. Truth prevails and appeasement works to an extent.
அப்படிதான் இந்த சனாதனம்.
डीएमके और कांग्रेस पार्टी वो कह रहे हैं सनातन धर्म को समाप्त कर देना चाहिए।